Well, this is 106.1 The Corner, and it is Monday morning. It's time for our Get Movin' Charlottesville segment. Gil and Francesca of Charlottesville Running Company are here, and the upcoming Charlottesville Marathon. I saw you opened your registration for that. Congrats.
I know. I'm already getting tired just thinking about it. Something about opening registration. I don't sleep well.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, it can make you nervous with several thousand people coming in for this deal. What year will this be of the marathon?
This will be our 9th year, believe it or not. Yeah, 9 years.
Almost 10.
Yeah, it only feels like 20 or 25.
Right. So that's great.
Yeah.
Well, we are quite excited that the sponsor of this segment each week is TRU Pilates in Charlottesville, and Robin Truxel is here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back, Robin. And and we need to point out we also have our own YouTube channel now.
This is where we do the obligatory wave, right?
That's right. Wave to the camera. So it's not just on the radio, but also on YouTube. If you go to Get Movin' Charlottesville at 1061thecorner.com, this is our first regular feature on the corner that also has video. So that's pretty neat.
Special.
Yeah.
Multimedia.
That's right.
Multimedia, and we wanted to get Robin in here for a little TRU Pilates background and demonstration, especially since we're video as well.
Yeah. Robin's very stretchy.
Yeah.
You notice that? So before we went on, like, I'd like to be able to touch my toes, and when she realized that, she's like, that's really sad, first of all.
Yeah.
And then she just, like, touches the floor, touches things if I could touch, I'd be very happy.
Right.
There are all kind of things going on.
It gives me anxiety that I'm not quite that flexible yet, but I think it's safe to say that now I'm getting more and more into the fitness thing, especially since the end of summer and fall. I did my first 5K. I know it's not a marathon, but it's a start. And
it is.
And
we all started there.
Yeah, and like 12 months ago, I never would have thought of going out for a 5K or even a stroll around the block.
Exactly.
So I've done that, and if you're just kind of getting started in like the fitness world, give us just the basic background, the bullet points of Pilates in general, and maybe how that helps doing that along with other things.
Sure. Well, Pilates is basically about length of your spine and strength of the muscles around your spine. Very nice.
Thank you. I know I do that.
So that it can improve any and every activity that you do, whether it just be standing and talking on the radio, sitting at your computer, running an ultramarathon, a 5K. And it just teaches you how to use your efficient postural muscles so that you don't have to overwork all those muscles that get tired at the end of the day. Like your neck muscles, your back muscles, and your hip muscles. So it's like the cliff notes on your body.
Right. Well, I've always used an excuse that taller people have, it's more difficult to have good posture. And somebody recently told me
there's more gravity?
Well, I just basically use it as an excuse, but it doesn't really work that way. Does it? If you're taller, is it harder to maintain good posture? Not so much, because you're tall. So there you go. Thanks a lot, Robin. Okay, check that. Okay, there we go.
Postural muscles are built to work with the your spine and your limbs.
So it's all proportional, and I should stop saying that to people. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
Now, as far as TRU Pilates, your location, you specialize in various different types of Pilates instruction.
That's true. We work with a lot of runners. We have a lot of people post-injury, so we work with a lot of local doctors and physical therapists in town. And after people are finished with therapy, they'll come and see us. So they have more of a supervised exercise program before they get back into running or hitting the gym or that sort of thing. We've recently added some postnatal.
Well, and I wanted to ask about that too. So
interesting.
Yeah, how does that work?
Well, what we found over the last 5 years that I've been in business with another woman, Pat Sale in Houston, she's a women's health physical therapist, is we found all these women who had 1, 2, 3, up to 5 children, a few years later, still having a significant separation in their abdominal muscles. So because of that, it might lead them to have pain in their back, in their hips, and their pelvis.
Not as strong, right?
Not as strong. Some of them may have a lot of weakness. Some people get hernias, abdominal hernias, because of this, and they can't go back to their normal activities. They have a lot of fatigue because they don't have the cliff notes on what muscles to use, and they're just they're tired and they're not as happy. So in working with these women, we thought, hey, what if we do a little bit of prevention And we try to get these women right after they have their children and teach them the proper way to bring their abdominals back together, because they've been stretched apart for, 8, 9, 10 months. And
Sure.
their body's used to pushing out, and then it doesn't just naturally pull back in.
Right.
And if
Right.
you just go back to running, a week or 2 weeks later, things kind of drop down and start to
Right.
fall out. So
Yeah.
you got to tie
Yeah.
everything back in, and you got to do
Yeah.
it the right way.
But falling out is something you never want to use relative to the body.
Yeah,
I found
yeah, that's
falling
it.
out. I've
Yeah.
had that in a few races, and
Yeah.
it's like that's
Yeah,
not,
that
that's
doesn't
never a
work.
good term.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
What was that fell out?
Yeah, well, we won't go there, but anyway.
Well,
yeah.
I don't
A
know.
little Imodium, and we were all good to go.
Right.
Sorry.
I think Gil and I speak for the women present when I say I'm glad I don't have to go through childbirth.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm right there with you. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry,
So-
but I'm glad they do have it, or we wouldn't be here. So they're
yeah.
all good.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good. That's a
okay.
good point right
Yeah.
there.
Thanks, Mom. You're
Yeah.
listening out there. Thank you.
And you were you saying you were thinking about a prenatal course as well?
So we also
Wow.
have prenatal. We have a prenatal class on Wednesday mornings at 7:30. So women can actually exercise throughout their entire pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
We've had many women that come until the day before they give birth.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
we can
Wow.
modify
Right.
the exercises, so they don't have to lie on their back, they don't have to lie on their stomach. We can use the different pieces of equipment that we have, so they can strengthen their abdominals in a safe way, not a crunching kind of way.
Right.
They can strengthen their glutes, and then they can work on all those postural muscles to support them.
And that's great, because I know with running at least, you have to stop at least 3 to 5 or 6 months before birth. So that's awesome that you can exercise all the way up.
Yeah, I mean, I
doing
have some
Pilates.
clients that run right up
Right up
until
to
the
it,
day
wow.
before,
Right,
Yeah.
and some that have to stop.
doing Pilates the whole time, give
Right.
birth to their 4th child, and then 1 week later back out.
Man.
Wow,
Back out
that's
loud.
awesome.
That's
awesome.
dedication right there.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, it's
Yeah.
all a part of how you approach it, and the stronger you are going into childbirth, usually if you can maintain that through your pregnancy, you can come out on the other side a little bit, kind of shortening the curve as far as getting back into, a strong physical condition, I would assume.
I mean, it does
Kinda like
help
anything else.
to know how to activate those muscles
Right.
before and during pregnancy. I mean, people start at 5 months pregnant, which is fine,
Right.
but it makes it a little easier to bring that muscle back.
Gotcha.
And not just strength, but also relaxation.
Right.
It's
Right.
important when they have the child to be able to relax.
Yeah.
So do you do a lot of core exercises with the women, or a little bit of everything?
We do a little bit of everything. So we'll do arm strength, upper
Arm
back.
core and back
Arm
core.
core.
Right. That's an old office episode reference. Yeah. Sorry.
Lots of butt exercises.
Yeah.
As
Cool.
well
Great.
as,
Great.
getting up from a chair when
Yeah.
you're holding a,
A baby, sure.
10-pound infant
Yeah.
is
Sure.
multiple times a day.
Well, Robin Truxel is our special guest here on 106.1 The Corner, and our Get Moving Charlottesville Monday morning feature, along with Gil and Francesca from Charlottesville Running Company and the Charlottesville Marathon and all these events. Oh, and the Fall Classic.
Oh,
is
that's
still to
right.
come.
Yeah,
we
coming
should
up
just
very
mention.
soon. Yeah, coming up very, very soon.
Yeah, so check
23rd.
check the 23rd. That's
Yeah.
that's this weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
I know. Oh, I should remember
How did
that.
that guys
May
sneak
wanna
up
go
on
buy
us
some
already?
cups or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. One thing about Robin Furley, there's one thing about Robin. She makes me stand straighter just by her
Just her
Yeah,
presence
right.
here. Yeah.
It's just disgusting.
It's true.
Like I find myself going, I want to be like Robin.
Yeah.
when she's here.
Yeah, you can check
she's
the
a very
video
good
if you
influence.
don't believe
Yeah.
Gil. Yeah, take a look
Okay, there we go.
through Get Moving Charlottesville at 1061thecorner.com. And Robin, give out your website for True Pilates too.
Yeah, it's True Pilates, TRU Pilates.com.
Very good. Well, thanks guys. Another
Thank you.
great
Thanks,
week
Robin.
for Get Moving
Thanks,
Charlottesville.
Robin.
Thank you.